Hi, welcome to the podcast. I am Joe Posnanski, and with me is Michael Shore. Michael, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Joe.
Michael, I am so excited today, and I'll tell you why. Baseball's back. I am so excited.
Are you a
Baseball.
fan? You're a fan of the sport?
You know what? I've recently become a fan of the sport. It feels to me like it's a pretty good sport, right?
It's fun to discover new passions when you're in your 50s.
Well, that's what I said. I mean, for years it was all just for me knitting, and now it's like, hey, what is this baseball thing? And what better thing to do while knitting than watching baseball? So exciting.
Such a fun first couple days too.
Such a fun first couple of days. It's been well, we'll talk about it. We're gonna give you basically, so we are going to save our 98.6% accurate preview, which, by the way, because we were saving it, because we were waiting a little longer, it'll go up to 99.2 or 3%.
Like I think it's 99.08 or something.
Oh wait, yeah, just because we'll have a little more time to look at it. But we're going to give you a preview based entirely on the first 3 days of baseball.
That's right.
Which will be very exciting. But just as exciting is this is our last card opening podcast. We are opening cards to raise money for the great people at Team Gleason. The place to donate is teamgleason.org/podcast. We are almost at the stated goal of $72,000, which is what we brought in last year. So we'd love for you to help us put it over the top. If you do, you will then be able to enter your favorite teams, your favorite players. You'll be able to send us specific messages, which we will then use when we announce our winners, and the winners will be getting huge boxes of awesome stuff. So today is, in addition to our first 3-day baseball preview, we are opening cards, but we are not opening just any cards.
So last time,
yes,
Joe opened a box of Leaf 2026 President's Day cards.
Yes.
Here's the box. Here's what it looks like. If you can watch this on YouTube.
There's the box.
They are cards which, for some ungodly reason, have decided to feature various combinations of presidents of the United States.
That's right.
And athletes. There does not appear to be any rhyme or reason to why these combinations. The cover of this shows a card featuring a picture of George Washington and a picture and autograph of Nolan Ryan.
That's right. Which actually that one makes more sense than most of the
right.
Of these.
There's also James K. Polk and Sugar Ray Leonard or whatever. We are fascinated by these. As soon as we had the great Jason Benetti on, which also congratulations to Jason Benetti for calling his first NBC game,
which was fantastic, by the way.
Was great.
I thought NBC did a nice job.
He had one line where he said there was an ABS call that was overturned. I think the call was overturned and the crowd booed, and Benetti said, "Booing ABS for overturning a call is like booing a Waymo for running into a wall. It can't hear you."
The great thing is and I love that line, but it's like booing a Waymo for successfully bringing you your food, right?
It's like booing a Waymo. It's like booing your computer for opening a
opening a file. It's so
anyway,
funny.
The point is, we got upset. We opened a bunch of these and we just giggled like goons for 45 minutes because they're so weird. So immediately upon the conclusion of that podcast, I bought 3 boxes of Leaf President's Day cards, which we're going to open today. And Joe bought 2. You bought 2. I
bought
right?
2 more. Yeah, so we are opening 5 of those boxes.
But Joe.
But this is even better.
I also purchased a box of what I think had been released that day.
Okay.
Of Leaf 2026 metal St. Patrick's Day cards.
Oh, this is the best. This is the best.
So the front has a picture of Carlos Alcaraz.
Sure.
With the Lucky Charms font, it says Lucky Breaks cereal and has a picture of Carlos Alcaraz. Don't know why. It also has a picture of Larry Bird.
Larry Bird, sure.
And it says Celtic Pride. Now that I understand.
That one makes some sense.
Yeah.
So this is more just some sort of weird connection to St. Patrick's Day, but it's not people. It's not.
No, I mean, here's on the side, it's a 16-year-old Barcelona superstar, Lamine Yamal.
Sure.
And who the hell is that? I can't even see who the other. Oh, it's Erling Haaland. So none of these people are not of Irish or Celtic descent at all.
Right.
But it's green and there's a bunch of shamrocks on the side.
They're somehow connecting this to
And also, by the way, so I bought this box of St. It's the second I saw it existed, I had to buy it.
Of course.
Box. But it also comes with this, which is very exciting. This will be the grand finale. It's a leaf proof pack. So I believe it's a 1-of-1 proof. So I believe what this is Bowman does this too. They, in addition to selling the cards, they'll sell the like metal plates that they use to run the cards. Like each of there's usually 4 of them. It's like a printer. There's like cyan, magenta,
sure,
black, and yellow. And so I believe that this that what's in here is going to be a 1-of-1 metal proof of one of these insane objects.
This is so amazing.
Couldn't be more excited.
Is the St. Patrick's Day, are these autographed cards as well?
Very similar to the President's Day cards.
Very
it
similar,
appears. We won't know until we get in there.
Yes.
But yes,
right,
it appears
so how should we do this? First, this is so exciting. By the way, we are giving these away. These will be part of the, I mean, unless there's one that we just are so.
But again, if there's one that we fall in love with, we will purchase it for its face value, and that money will all go to Team Gleason.
Absolutely. So everything is going to go to Team Gleason, but we will be giving away like the one that set us off in the first place was when I pulled a card, a 1-of-1. And by the way, most of these are 1-of-1s.
A lot of them are limited, very limited run.
Limited. There's 5-of-5s and 1-of-1s. I mean, these are very limited cards of UFC star Money Moidano with Joe Biden.
Yeah,
just that's the one. So that card is here. That card is we already have that card. So now we are going to open the boxes. So
now I'd say before we do, let's take 5 minutes.
Yep.
And take a little spin around Major League Baseball. Thoughts and impressions from week 1.
Well, first of all,
first 2 days.
First of all, I mean, how can you not be in love with like the debuts of guys like the kids? So down in Detroit, Kevin McGonigal is made his major league debut. Big prospect. So it's not like he came out of nowhere. Huge prospect, number 2 prospect, according to Keith Law, friend of the podcast, Keith Law. And he had 4 hits in his very first game. And then in his second game, he actually had a home run taken away from him. He looks like, I don't even know.
Little trivia about Kevin McGonigal, first person ever to go right from a traditional Irish fairy tale to the major leagues. No one's ever done that before.
I'm actually really excited to have Kevin McGonigal in the St. Patrick's Day
he
cards.
Might be in the St. Patrick's Day. Then Kevin McGonigal, star of traditional Irish folktales,
yes,
looked like he has been a major leaguer for 5 years. The ease of his at bats is startling, and he's just drilling everything. Obviously, 2 games, the ultimate small sample size, but Jackson Merrill stole his home run in game 2. And I had this thought when I watched it where I was like, yeah, that's the last time he's going to have a home run stolen in his career because he's going to hit everything over everybody. But also like game winning hits. Like these guys, Chase DeLautner has 3 home runs in 2 days, which I think he's the first guy to do that in forever. I can't remember who even.
Yeah. Like person. Only 3 or 4 guys have done that. 3 homers in their first 2 games. Yeah.
Yeah. It feels a little bit like, honestly, the last couple of years of the NBA has felt like this, where there's, the traditional thing of like guys come into the league and it takes them a year or 2 to like, you can see the promise and you can see the future. but in the last couple of years, it's, obviously Wemby, but then also these other guys like Cooper Flagg is scoring 25 a night for Dallas. Like, and this feels like maybe we're in one of those little chunks of time where a bunch of guys flood into the league and are just almost immediately playing. Roman Anthony, same thing last year for Boston.
So fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, and what I love about it is that, and that's why I made that comment about McGonagall being a big prospect. Chase DeLauder too. Chase DeLauder, even though this was his major league regular season debut, he actually debuted in the playoffs last year for Cleveland.
Right.
But these guys are like, we've heard about them before they got here.
Yeah.
Which adds something to, like, if somebody comes out of nowhere, it's really fun, but you're kind of like, oh, how long is this going to last? But Kevin McGonagall's much in the same way that Roman Anthony did. It's just kind of doing what people thought he might do. I mean, this seems to be who he is. And that's super duper exciting.
The real bummer is that if it weren't for the stupid ARB rules, service time rules, we might be seeing Connor Griffin do things.
I know
in Pittsburgh,
so we're
going to have to wait a month. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll wait a month. He's supposed to be incredible. I very much have enjoyed sort of the very brief, but maybe it'll last a little longer, resurgence of Mike Trout.
The Mike Trout-assance.
The Mike Trout, the home run that Mike Trout hit. So he's hit home runs in each of his first 2 games. The home run he hit on opening day was as classic Mike Trout as you've ever seen.
Just that when you see that balance and that swing path, that perfect Mike Trout, like 45, it's like what Griffey's used to be.
Yes.
It's this perfect swing path where when he's so big and so strong, and when you see that swing, it's like I had this weird nostalgia, this like Proustian nostalgia, where I was like, oh right, there was a time where in his at bats you thought the pitcher has no chance to throw a pitch past him. You can't get it past him.
I agree. It was and even though he's obviously, he's been hurt, but he still has hit home runs these last few years. Something about that one felt different. I mean, it really did feel like the old days. And you're right. I think it's a beautiful swing, from the right side. I mean, I think we all agree lefty swings are just a little bit more sort of pleasing and like
poetic or something.
Poetic, yeah. But the balance, that's what it was. It was like he was so on that pitch and then he just did exactly what he does. He just mashed it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's very exciting. I have not enjoyed the Yankees pitching staff giving up 4 total hits over 2 games.
No, I don't like that at all. At all. I've not, although I'll tell you what, I can't tell. Look, the Yankees are going to crush us all year. They just will. I can't tell if the Giants stink though. Like I cannot, they looked so bad. I mean, it's 2 games. But they looked so bad on opening day in every way. They looked so bad that it was like, oh, is this team gonna stink? Or like it doesn't.
Who knows? I'm so annoyed by, like, Fried was not sharp at all in that game.
No.
Walking a bunch of guys and then like giving up a couple of hits, and then they just like, it's like a good team, a decent hitting team in a normal game knocks him out in the second inning or third inning.
They get to him. And
instead it's like, he pitched 6 1/3 and gave up 3 hits and they shut him out. And then Schlittler yesterday, I'm like, I can't believe this guy in the 3 years ago in the minors, he was throwing 91 and now he's throwing 99 and I don't understand it.
He's crazy good suddenly. The Miz is great.
The Miz looked great.
The Miz looked absolutely fantastic.
Miz looked awesome.
The Miz looked, all right. Anybody beating the Dodgers like in a single game this year?
You know what? Let's not forget that last year they started whatever it was 8-0, and people were like, "Oh, they're going to win 130 games," and then they won like 93 games.
No, they did. They went to a pretty nasty slump. It just doesn't feel like they should, though.
I just feel like I've watched both of the games. I'm actually going to the game tonight with my son.
Oh, that's first. You know where I'm going tonight? Let me give you one. You know where I'm going tonight? I'm going to go to see the Charlotte Hornets play Philadelphia with my friend.
Fantastic.
How about that? I mean, you want to talk about that Hornets team? How did that team become so fun. How did that happen?
They are my favorite kind of upstart NBA playoff bound team, which is a team that is unstoppable offensively and maybe might play defense. Maybe they don't. They on defense they look like just shoot. What they're saying to the other team is just shoot so we can get the ball back. It doesn't matter. Make it, miss it, doesn't matter. We just want the ball. It's so fun to watch them. They've been my favorite out of nowhere NBA team all year. Yeah. I'm super excited for them because they're looks like they're headed for the play-in, and I feel like they're going to tear through the play-in in a potential Celtics Hornets round 1 or potentially a Hornets Detroit round 1.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy, now we're talking. Like because that is, look, Detroit's legit, but the Hornets have these patches where they had I can't remember, a 20-25 game stretch where they had the best plus minus net rating in the NBA.
Absolutely.
Over like a quarter or a third of the season.
Yeah.
They're a real team, and they're also like weirdly young and cocky and just like don't seem to be scared of anything. And I don't know, I'm just very excited for them in the playoffs.
They're just fun. I mean, and that's the thing, is this team was like no team was less fun than the Hornets for a long time.
The opposite of fun. They were the dementors of the NBA for a long time. Yeah. But back to the Dodgers, watching both of their first 2 games, you do have that feeling when you watch them come, like when you're going through their lineup, and you're just like, well, that guy's good, and that guy's good, and that guy's good, and that guy's good. And then like you go through like 8 guys, and then like Freeland comes up, who's a rookie and basically like, you know, the new guy on the team. And you're like, oh, well, this guy might not be that, you know, that good. He might be easy to get out. But then you look on deck and Ohtani's on deck. Yeah. And it's like, it has that big red machine feeling of like, walk the first 8 guys and get the pitcher out. Yeah. And I just don't see how everything went wrong for them last year, health-wise. Yeah. And they lost 9 pitchers, you know, to serious injuries. And they still won 90-something games and won the World Series. And I just feel like if their injury luck isn't as bad or worse, I just can't. It's hard. It's real hard to imagine how they don't win the series.
Well,
again.
What really has struck me, I've seen a lot of both games as well. And what really strikes me is, one, if Mookie's healthy, that changes the whole dynamic, right? I mean, a big part of them being semi-mediocre for a while was Mookie was literally just, he was an out. He was just an out. He's not an out now. He just tied. Who did he just tie for most home runs in March? Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah.
He just tied for the most home runs in March. And man, it's one guy, but boy, Kyle Tucker just changes the whole dynamic.
It's just, they just put a really, 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 really good professional hitter in the 2 slot. They're hitting him second
and down to 4. I mean, it's they're
hitting him second, which I think is weird because they're in Mookie third, which maybe is like trying to help Mookie somehow. I don't know, but it's weird because they go lefty, lefty, righty, righty now. They show
because Freeman hits 4.
Sorry, Freddie. Yeah, so I guess you have to go 2 lefties
lefty,
back.
righty, lefty, righty. Right.
Mookie should be the number 2 hitter if he's healthy, I think. But either way, it's like you just are like, God, the first 4 hitters in this lineup are 4 either MVP winners or MVP caliber players.
Totally. And
4 in a row.
Like,
and then you get into like Teoscar Hernandez and Max
Right,
Muncy
and Will Smith.
Like,
yeah, I mean, it's like then you're like, oh, well, shoo, I'm through the worst of it. And you're not through the worst of it necessarily. Yeah. That's what strikes me about them, especially now with Kyle Tucker in that lineup, is they are, if the game is close, you're like, well, you how many more times are you going to get through this lineup? You can't get through that lineup.
Yeah.
If they're winning, you're like, well, forget it. We can't hold them. You know, we're down 2 runs, but it'll be 5 runs soon enough. And then if you're ahead, you're like, well, they can catch you from behind. Like everything about that team. And then of course, yeah, why not when you've got like 9 Cy Young winners in your rotation and Edwin Diaz closing it out, you know, with his own music now. I mean, yeah, they're they're ridiculous. They're
it's hard
good
to imagine them not winning, which doesn't mean they will win the series, but it's just hard to imagine.
It's hard to imagine.
Here's my favorite stat from the first 2 days of baseball. Ready?
Okay.
This is from someone named Brian Floyd on Blue Sky. Here are in the Mariners' first 2 games. Do you know this stat yet?
I do know this stat, but
Mariners' first 2 games: 6 homers, 2 doubles, and a triple. No singles.
0 singles.
They haven't hit a single yet.
I love that. I mean, and it kind of fits who they are too. Like that is they're not singles on that team.
Yeah, wild.
No, they're all right. Fun. All right, how excited are you about Roman Anthony? I mean, like on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your Roman Anthony love now?
I don't. The last times a player came up to the team, and I was this excited about that player was Mookie in 2014.
Yeah.
So. Or 2013, I guess. So like it's at that level. It's at Mookie level.
It's at the Mookie level. Yeah, that's fair.
In the 9th inning of Game 1. By the way, side note, it's a special kind of torture for baseball fans. The way that the season opens, and I understand why they do it. They're protecting for rainouts and whatever. But when your team doesn't play opening day and plays on day 2 and then has an off day the next day, that means that on the 4th day of the baseball season, your team has only played 1 game. That's not cool, man.
How about the Royals? They didn't get a game on opening day or on the opening night. I mean, they got nothing. They had to literally open on Friday. Like, but it's so stupid. And everything about opening this season on Netflix with the Yankees Giants. Like, who's running things over there?
With a bunch of announcers who have never announced a game before.
The whole thing was just like, why? Here's what I was thinking about. The NFL kicks off its season with the Super Bowl champion playing on the most watched television show in America.
At home.
At home.
Yeah.
MLB starts the season on a Wednesday night on Netflix between the Giants and the Yankees. I mean,
Wednesday night on Netflix, which has never had a baseball game before.
Never had a baseball game. Yeah. Giants Yankees. There's a really important rivalry in today's game, right?
Well, look, I don't even mind. Look, 2 big cities, 2 baseball obsessed cities. That's fine. Yeah. But that game has to be on NBC on Sunday night.
And do something with it.
Yeah.
Do something, make it like the best part of that. There wasn't a lot to love about the way Netflix covered it or whatever. Like they were clearly struggling in their first game. Maybe there's promise there. I don't know, but I didn't love the way they covered the game. But the best part of the whole thing was kind of the weird joy you got from Barry Bonds of all people. Like he was like super peppy. So look, I know baseball would never embrace that, but that's what you got to do. Make it a Barry Bonds game. Like embrace.
But what it really should have been is the Dodgers at home against whoever.
Of
like
course.
do the way the NFL does. The defending World Series champion. And imagine like watching that. They could have also, by the way, delayed their rings. They did delay their ring ceremony until Game 2. You could like give up some of the pomp and circumstance that the defending World Series champion wants to do in its new season. But like, you don't want Shohei Ohtani and Mookie and all these. And you don't want that to be and also for better or worse, this is the storyline this year. Is they are the new villains. They leaned into that. They had a Jason Bateman narrated thing of like, if everyone hates you, you might as well lean into the, play the role, right? If you're the villain. So like, this is the storyline. The storyline is the Dodgers are the bullies. Can anyone beat the bully? It's Goliath and the rest of the league is David. And so why do you not highlight that? And the first hitter of the first game of the season should be Shohei Ohtani. He's the biggest star in the sport.
Of course. And look, if you're doing it to promote, I would say, the rest of the season could be the rest of the season, but opening day should be something that like you want everybody to watch. That game is Pittsburgh versus the Dodgers.
Yeah.
With Paul Skeens on the mound.
Yeah. And
you could do it in Pittsburgh, first of all, which is an amazing park. And that way Shohei literally is the first batter to come. You could build that up for weeks. And instead it's like, look, there's nothing wrong with Logan Webb. He's a fine pitcher, and the Yankees have Aaron Judge, and it's fine. But like nothing about that feels special.
The schedule makers in MLB have to start thinking of their season the way the NBA does. Now, granted, the NBA has half as many games, but they do really specific things. They figure out what opening night is. They figure out what Christmas Day is. With they were like on the goal on Christmas Day is 8 of the biggest teams, or 10. Was it 5 games or 4? I think it's 5 games now.
5 games, yeah.
It's 10. It's the 10 biggest teams with as many big stars as we can. Like LeBron is going to play, and Jokic is going to play, and SGA is going to play, and Wemby's going to play, and Tatum's going to play, and Donovan Mitchell's going to play. Like they just get their 10 biggest stars on TV on a day where everybody's watching basketball. MLB has to do the same thing. They have to think of opening day and opening week as when the schedule comes out, they were just like, all right, Giants, Yankees, fine. And Red Sox are playing the Reds in Cincinnati. Like, no, sorry. Like the biggest teams need to be playing each other.
Yes.
On the first day. Opening day should be, I'm fine with opening day being 1 game. I think that's kind of cool. But day 2 has to be a like what NBA Christmas is. It has to be a 5-game extravaganza starting at like 10 a.m. LA time, 1 p.m. Eastern time,
right?
And going all like 1 p.m., 4 p.m., 7 p.m., 10 p.m. have to be big games. And the 10 p.m.
And opening night is just a monster game. You just pick a monster. You pick the very best game.
You're right. You're exactly right. It should have been It should have been Pirates Dodgers.
Pirates Dodgers. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they should have gone to the Pirates and said, like, we don't care about service time. Connor Griffin's playing in this game. He's on your roster.
Well, that's true too. Like, I mean, basically saying, hey, you're going to get paid significant amount of money for being on opening day, even though they share that money. But still, we'll pay whatever the difference is. Get Connor Griffin up here now. Let's go.
To complete the point you asked about earlier, though, in that game, Red Sox, Reds, 9th inning, 1-0 lead, Roman Anthony at the plate, 3-2 pitch, called strike 3. He immediately taps his helmet. He's correct. The ball's an inch low. He walks. The Red Sox score 2 runs. And the thing that's going to be really fun to track over the course of the season is to watch these guys who have an incredible command of the strike zone.
Yeah.
Would just over and over and over again be right. And you saw it on the other side with Salvi. I don't know if you saw this that sequence. Salvi just like was it 1 at bat? It wasn't 1 at bat, right? It was over a couple at bats.
I think it was a couple of at bats. I don't think it was just one.
Pitch at the bottom of the zone, called a ball, taps his helmet. ABS runs the replay, strike. Pitch low in the zone, called a ball, he taps his helmet, strike. Pitch low in the zone, called a ball, taps his helmet, strike. He just was like, I'm going to keep doing this until you learn that this ball is a strike. So you're going to watch as the best catchers in the league and the best hitters in the league both like correctly define the strike zone, and it's going to be awesome.
Well, it's like we talked about. To me, there were plenty of very, very, very frustrating calls in the WBC. Yeah. But the one that frustrated me the most, not because it was the most painful or the most impactful, was when the umpire called strike 3 on Juan Soto. Dude, Juan Soto knows what a strike is.
It's literally that old thing of like young man when is it Musial, right? It's young man when
actually Hornsby.
Young man when you throw a strike, Mr. Hornsby will let you know. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy. All right. So very excited about the baseball season. We're going to save our previews for next time. Because now we're going to open up these crazy cards. So how are we going to do it? How are we going to open
Well, I have 3 boxes and you have 2, so I should go first.
You should go first. Let's open
up a box. And then the grand finale will be whatever the hell these St. Patrick's Day cards are. So here we go. So these are Leaf Metal 2026 President's Day cards. There are 4 cards per box.
So exciting. Yes.
And I've got the first box
I think one is a president card, like literally the president only. Because I think, didn't we get...
Yes.
We got like somebody, McKinley. I don't remember who.
Yeah, here we go. So here we go. First card. It's a 1 of 1.
Okay.
It is, of course, Rutherford B. Hayes. There he is.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Finally. Rutherford B. Hayes.
Rutherford B. Hayes was the 19th president of the United States. His presidency ended Reconstruction through compromise and emphasized civil service reform while seeking to restore trust in the federal government. That's a very generous reading, I would say.
Yeah, well, ending Reconstruction through compromise is not exactly the way I remember history being.
That's not, if I remember correctly, not exactly what happened.
That was not exactly how
But here we go. Look at that. It's on the back there. There's a 1 of 1 in the lower.
1 of 1. Rutherford B. Hayes. Ohio guy? Is Rutherford B. Hayes from Ohio? I believe
that sounds right. Yeah.
They're all from Ohio.
They're all from Ohio. All right. So there you go. If you want this.
Oh, I don't remember who it was that we got, but I actually got an email from somebody. I should look and see. Hold on. All right. Because I do have the old cards here. Yeah, we got Warren G. Harding, and we actually got an email from somebody whose grandfather worked for Warren G. Harding. He was Warren G. Harding's, I can't remember, like secretary of something. And so he has offered to, he's already donated, but he's offered to donate again to get this Warren G. Harding card.
I mean, it's yours, sir.
It's yours, dude. It is absolutely yours.
All right. Now here's the problem because, okay, so here's the next card, right?
Okay, let's hear it.
It's Carlton Fisk. It's an autographed 1 of 1
that's
Carlton
nice.
Fisk card. But I don't know. I can't tell who the president is. It doesn't say.
It does not say who the presidents are. We have to actually guess who the presidents are based on the. I
mean, that's insane.
On the photo. No, well, like you're saying that like the rest of these cards make perfect sense. So who is it? What do you think?
Sorry, I just saw what the next card is.
All right, so let's start with this Carlton Fisk card.
So this is what we need to do. There's a checklist online that I had called up at some point.
Yeah, let me
call up the Leaf Metal 2026 President's Day checklist and then search for Carlton Fisk and see if we can figure out who the hell.
Okay, so here we go. Here's the checklist. All right, from Beckett. All right, so Carlton Fisk is it BACF1? I guess
that is what it is. Yes.
It does not actually say who the. It says the autograph. Let me see if it actually tells who the president is.
Leaf Metal, you're not making this easy.
I guess the whole idea is. Let me see here. Here's another checklist. Maybe this one will tell us who Carlton Fisk. Wait, where's the checklist? Okay, here we go. Oh, they just have the cards themselves. That's not going to work.
It's not Rutherford B. Hayes, I'll tell you that much.
No, you could tell right away that it wasn't. Let's see here. All right, here's the checklist. Why? Yeah, okay. So why? I mean, none of them seem to.
They don't say who the president.
No, they really don't. But here's another checklist. Here we go. Facebook checklist. No, that's not it. Okay, here are the presidents. Let's see here. Fisk. All right, here they list off the presidents. Okay. What about the rest of them? I don't want to just see the presidents. Those are the prismatic blue. Here, a checklist. Let's see.
This is riveting podcasting that we're doing, right?
I got to tell you, we're just never going to know who that president is. Show the picture again. Let's see if we can.
I'm sure some presidential historians are like screaming at us right now, going, "Come on,
that's Chester. It's not Chester Arthur.
That's I'm going to guess this looks like to be around a mid 19th century.
You think mid 19th century or early 20th century? That's?
I would say it's in the 1850 to 1900 range as my guess, based on the suit he's wearing.
All right, let me see here.
How in the world do you not put these are the President's Day cards? How do you not write who the president is?
Oh, this is so great. All right, let me see here. Carlton
While you keep looking, I'm going to show you who the next card is. I believe this is Woodrow Wilson on this card.
Let me see that.
Along with
let's hear
Baltimore Raven defensive stalwart Roquan Smith.
that is amazing.
Yeah. Was that Wilson? I think that's Wilson.
It looks like Wilson.
Yeah. And then finally, of course, and I think this, I don't know why I think this, but I think this might be John Tyler, the president.
First of all, how would you know that?
I don't know, but in my head, when I look at this man, I think it's John Tyler, and I don't know why. I'll look it up when you're opening. But of course, if you've got John Tyler and you're making a baseball card set, the only natural choice is to pair him with Miguel Cabrera.
But that was the actual thing. Tyler and Tippecanoe and Cabrera, right? Wasn't that the way that went?
They once asked John Tyler you know what? No, I'm looking at, I don't think that is John Tyler. No.
There's got to be
maybe it is. It might be. I think I was right.
There's got to be a checklist on here somewhere.
I think I was right. I think it's John Tyler based on this picture. Yeah. And they asked Miguel Cabrera once who's his ideal double play partner, and he said John Tyler.
Well, of course he did. I mean, like, who else would he even say? He was such a Tyler fan.
Oh, you know what? This isn't Woodrow Wilson at all. I'm totally wrong. I think maybe I was right. God, all these men look so similar.
They all look. I wonder why that is. I wonder why they all look exactly the same.
All right, you want to open a box?
I'm going to open a box. Here we go. Let's open up one of these boxes. It's so exciting. By the way, what do we think is the prize so far? It's got to be Carlton Fisk and the other guy.
Okay. Hold on. Here we go.
Oh, you found
Roquan Smith it's Warren G. Harding. That's who it is.
Warren G. Harding.
Yes, I was off by one president.
By the way, for our Harding fan out there, there's another Warren G. Harding
one of one. Yeah. And then, okay, and I've just got a picture of all the presidents here. So let's figure out who this Carlton Fisk is. Is it? Yeah, I was right. This is John. I believe this is John Tyler with Miguel Cabrera.
Okay, that's John Tyler with Miguel Cabrera, but we still don't know. We still don't know who is with.
We don't know who's with Fisk. Oh, I got it. It's McKinley.
Oh, McKinley.
It's William McKinley. So
there we go.
Roughly right. Yeah, 1850 to 1900. I was roughly correct. Yes, it's Carlton Fisk, and of course William McKinley, the 25th president of the United States.
He was a huge McKinley fan. He really was. Beautiful.
Oh,
all right.
Goodness.
Okay,
all right.
So our president, it is number 3 of 8. So there are 8 of these Calvin Coolidge cards right here.
Silent Cal.
Let's see what they say about Cal. Cal was the 30th president of the United States, known for his quiet leadership and belief in limited government. His presidency emphasized fiscal restraint and economic growth during a period of national prosperity in the 1920s. That seems to leave out something fairly important about Coolidge.
How did it end, I wonder?
Yeah, I was going to say, how did that go for Coolidge?
The author of one of the great, probably apocryphal presidential anecdotes, which is, nicknamed Silent Cal.
Yes.
Someone comes up to him and says, "President Coolidge, my wife bet me I couldn't get you to say more than 2 words." And Coolidge responded, "You lose."
It's a great one. It's a great one.
Classic anecdote. Probably apocryphal.
I don't know if we're going to run into FDR, but FDR's favorite story was, and probably apocryphal as well, but about this guy who used to go to who would buy the paper he would go to the train station. He would buy a paper. He was some business guy. He would go and buy a newspaper every day. He'd look at it, and then he would hand it back to the paper boy, like the person hawking. And finally, the boy says to him, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm looking for the obituaries." And the kid says, "Well, no, the obituaries are inside on page 10A." And he goes, "The son of a bitch I'm wanting to die be on the front page."
Yeah,
I love that.
That's an old Russian anecdote too. When during Stalin, Stalin, it was, "No, the obituaries are at the back of the paper," and he said, "Not the ones I'm looking for."
Not the ones I'm looking for. I love it. All right, here we go. This is so good. So We don't even have to guess the presidents because what I've got is Mount Rushmore. I might even have all three of these might be Mount Rushmore cards.
Interesting twist.
Really crazy. This is a 1-of-1 of Hannah Hidalgo.
Whoa!
How about that one?
Almost quadruple doubled the other night.
Hannah Hidalgo and 4 presidents. So that is a special.
I might want to buy that one.
You might buy that card.
She ruled. She had 10 steals in that game. She had 7. I think she had 7. She had like 7 steals in 1 quarter or something, or 10 minutes.
It's crazy.
Insane.
She's awesome. All right. The next one is also a Mount Rushmore card, and it is Toby Fournier. So that's exciting to get that. That is a 5 of 5. The Hannah Hidalgo card is a 1-of-1. But there are 5 of these Toby Fournier cards.
Toby Fournier plays for Duke. Am I right about that?
It looks like she's wearing a Duke uniform.
Yeah, she plays for Duke.
She still plays for Duke?
I think she does. Yeah. I think
they really have added that NFT thing to colleges. I mean, you can do anything now.
Yeah, I believe she's I want to say she's a junior at the most. I think she's got years of eligibility left. Yeah. She's I don't think she's in the draft this year for sure.
Is she a star?
Yeah.
Duke?
Yeah.
All right. So there's a big future potential for this card. And then the final one is also this, and by the way, I have found my least favorite. Well, it's not my least favorite card because we did pull a card last week that had Donald Trump on it. But this one is it's potentially my least favorite card possible, considering it is Mount Rushmore, and that is pickleball star Anna Lee Waters. This is a 2 of 3. They made 3 of these.
It's a die cut too. It has the outline of. It's not a perfectly rectangular card, right?
None of them are. None of the.
Well, this is a perfect segue into talking about the book that you and I wrote.
Yeah, well,
called Big Fan, out May 19th. You can get it anywhere.
May 19th. This is very exciting, and the reason it's the perfect time is because one of the things Mike actually came up with right away was he said, we need to send each other to something that we really don't like, an event that we really don't like, and try to find the humanity and joy at that event. Why is it that people love this so much? So I sent Mike to Las Vegas to WrestleMania.
That's right.
Where he doubled it up by also going to a Grateful Dead. The
Dead and Company. Yep.
Dead and Company, sort of the new Grateful Dead, which was awesome. But he won for sure because he sent me to a pickleball tournament in Kansas City that I not only had to watch, but I had to play in.
You had to play
it. At the way they do it at pickleball tournaments is it's like a pro-am. So I actually had to play 3 matches. And I hate pickleball. I truly hate pickleball. But did I find the humanity? I mean, look, that's why the book's coming out May 19th. We are going on tour the first week. Very, very exciting. Just give you a quick rundown. The book comes out May 19th, which is a Tuesday. The night before, May 18th, we're going to be in New York at the Strand, which is one of the great bookstores in the world, and so awesome. By the way, we're not announcing it yet, but we're hoping to have special guests at hopefully each stop. We're hoping to have special guests. So get your ticket now before the guests are even announced. I've been told that they are almost sold out in New York. So buy your ticket now, especially when we announce the guest. That's just going to go. Tuesday, we are going to be in Boston at the Brattle Theater, Cambridge, I guess, which is super fun. I am trying to secure an unbelievable guest for that one. Don't know what's going to happen. It doesn't look like the timing is going to quite work, but that would be amazing if I could do that. We'll have a guest either way. Wednesday, we are going to be in St. Louis at the St. Louis Library, which will be really fun. And I already know who that guest is going to be, and it's going to be amazing. Thursday, we are going to be in Kansas City at the Unity Temple on the Plaza. Again, tickets, I'm told, are going very fast. Will tickets go up when we announce that our guest in Kansas City, at least one of our guests, will be Jason Kander?
I think that there will probably be like 40% of people will turn them back in and get a refund. Back in,
right? We're gonna lose people. So if you get your ticket and we do announce that Jason Kander is going to be one of our guests, I'm trying to get another very, very special guest for that one. So that'll be really fun. And then Friday, the last day of that first week of the tour, we are going to be in LA. We're going to be at the Hermosa Beach Community Center. We are lining up a couple of very cool guests, I think, for that one as well. But that is going to be super fun. So that's our first week. Come on out. We have set it up. And I do want to say this because a couple of these places, the way book events now go is a lot of people are going because it's easier for pre-signing. You sign beforehand, you just pick up your book and you go. We're not doing that. We are going to meet with people at the end of every show, sign your books, have photos taken, anything you want. Tell us your stories. So I'm excited. I really am. I mean, we're now only a few weeks away from this, and I think it's very, very.
You can also pre-order signed copies at josephbeth.com, which is a great indie bookstore that you should all support, or other indie bookstores anywhere, or Amazon, or Barnes and Noble. There's like a Barnes and Noble thing going on, but you've got 2 months to get your acts together.
Less than 2 months. Yeah, less than 2 months to pre-order the book. Obviously, I say this all the time with every one of my books. Pre-ordering is huge for us. It gives all sorts of indications to the publishing house about the interest, and it's very, very helpful to have as many pre-orders as you can get. So that would be great if you guys could pre-order the book. And if you order it from Joseph Beth, you're going to get a signed copy. With a potential for a special secret message directly from us, or a signature of a celebrity, which is which is super fun. So there you go. That's our book. So Anna Lee Waters is not in the book specifically, but here's how I know that we wrote this book. As soon as I saw Anna Lee Waters, before I even looked at the picture, I saw her name. And I immediately knew that she's a pickleball star. I was well aware of Anna Lee Waters. She's great. She is top of the game in pickleball.
Toby Fournier, 22-9 this year for Dukes.
Ooh, nice.
6'2" forward. She's from Toronto. She's a Canadian.
That's awesome.
22-9 in the game, in the last game they played, the victory over LSU. But for the season, 17.5 points a game, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks.
She looks
34% from 3.
She looks super athletic.
Yeah.
I mean, she looks tall and lean and
6'2".
Yeah. I mean, so could be a future. I mean, already a star, but could be a future WNBA superstar. We don't know.
All right, here we go. Box number 2 of the weirdest card set ever. The president we got is this actually makes some sense. It's a George H.W. Bush.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
This is only out of 15, but at least he liked baseball and played baseball.
Big baseball fan. Yeah. Big played in college and everything else.
All right, here we go. Card number 1. I've also got some Mount Rushmore cards.
Okay. So this
is actually exciting though. It's Joe Montana.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Joe Montana, who is on the NFL Mount Rushmore, probably, right? At least of quarterbacks.
I would think so.
This is out of 5. This is a very exciting purple sparkly parallel, Mount Rushmore parallel, out of 5. Joe Montana autograph. Look at that.
That's first of all, serious value for that card right there.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
All right.
I write, by the way, Joe Montana. So what, another one of our chapters in the book is Mike and I wrote quite a bit about baseball cards and collecting. And as part of it, I went to the National Card Show where Joe Montana was one of the many, many, many athletes there. And I wrote what his price list was for how when he would sign autographs, he would sign there was a certain price if you just wanted a regular Joe Montana autograph on a poster or whatever. But if you wanted him to sign like a football, it was more. If you wanted him to sign something that had already been signed by, like Tom Brady or whatever, it was more. It was like there were all kinds of different rules. What do you think like he charged to autograph like one of these Mount Rushmore cards?
That's a great question.
Right? Because the card is weirdly shaped. I bet that wasn't an easy autograph.
Yeah, I don't think it was. All right. I've now got, I think, what is the best card we've opened yet.
Oh, this is so exciting.
I believe what I'm holding here, Joe, is a 1 of 1.
Okay. This is all exciting. What did you say the Montana was? A 5 of 5?
A 1 of 5, yeah.
1 of 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe what I'm holding based on my research is a Chester Arthur and Steve Garvey.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Chester Arthur, played by our dear friend Nick Offerman in what did they call that? They changed the name. Death by Lightning was the name of the series.
Yeah.
They changed the name of the book.
I believe I've got Chester Arthur, Steve Garvey.
By the way, same politics, exactly the same politics.
I mean, they when Garvey came up, they called him the Chester Arthur
of baseball. That was. I remember the famous Sports Illustrated cover.
And finally, now this is really confusing. I believe it or not, I found one that's more confusing. I found one that's more confusing even than the card I just held.
Wow. How is that possible?
Okay, so here's what's going on. The president is William Howard Taft.
Okay, sure.
27th president of the United States from 1909 to 1913.
Yep, 1909, 1913. Yep.
The other person on the card, and the autograph on the card, is legendary actor John Goodman.
I was told that not everybody in here was an athlete. Although John Goodman did play the Babe in the horrific The Babe.
That is probably why he's a part of the set, I would imagine. I don't know.
I don't think that much thought was put into it. I think that is it a 1 of 1?
Believe it or not, this is a 1 of 1. There's only one of these in the entire world, a picture of William Howard Taft and an autograph picture of John Goodman.
John Goodman.
Listen. We have more of these to open, and we're going to get to it. But I just want you to know this, and I know that you will know that this is true when I tell you this.
Okay.
I could open these for the rest of my life and be completely happy. Like every one of them delights me to no end.
It's true. It's true. This is one of those rare things. Like we have talked a lot about, that whole notion of when parents try to break you of a habit by like, oh, you want to smoke a cigarette,
smoke the whole pack. Yeah.
This is like Homer Simpson eating donuts.
This is the opposite of that. Yeah.
Yeah. I would, there is no point where I would ever get tired.
No, if this were like a mythological punishment, like Sisyphus or like a whatever it is, an eagle eating your liver. But if they tried to use this to punish us, I would be 100% happy for eternity.
For eternity. Makes me so happy.
All right, what do you got?
I think you should open one more because you've got the big finish. So you open up one more, then I'll open, and then this St. Patrick's Day thing, this could go.
I can only imagine what we're in for there.
It could go anywhere.
All right, let me call up my picture guide of U.S. presidents so I can tell what the hell's going on.
That's a good idea.
Here we go.
All right.
My last president's pack.
Okay.
It's a out of 6. It's 5 out of 6. Legendary racist Andrew Jackson. There he is.
What thing do they mention anything about Andrew Jackson?
Andrew Jackson was the 7th president of the United States and a former military general.
True.
A strong advocate of populism.
He was that. He was a strong advocate of populism.
He expanded executive power. That's also true.
Also true.
Reshaped the Democratic Party. Yep.
Also true.
And left a lasting impact on American politics. I would like to commend whichever copywriter over at Leaf headquarters had to look at Andrew Jackson's accomplishments in quotes and came up with that those phraseologies as a way to explain them.
Everything in there is true. There is nothing in there that is not true. It feels like it leaves out part of the story, but it is all
it's
true.
Like that copy was written to be like, I just don't want to get sued. I want everything I say to be technically true. All right, here we go. Card number 1.
Okay, I'm so excited.
All right, it's another die cut card, which means it's not a perfect rectangle, and it has a shape to it. This is very exciting. It's out of 5.
Okay.
And it's the image is the White House.
Oh, the White House, sure.
Yeah, but it's a purple parallel, so confusingly the banner is purple. And of course, if you're doing a die cut White House, a celebration of the White House, who do you
Larry
feature?
Boa.
Allen Iverson.
Sure. Of course.
Gotta be Allen Iverson.
Of course.
Yeah, there he is. See, it's Allen Iverson.
The other thing that's so fun about these that we should not overlook is the placement of the photo of the player that they put. I mean, this is just literally like, is he just in front of the White House?
Front of the White House. That's right.
Playing some ball.
This is this is numbered 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. That's a great card, though. That is an
incredible card. If you're a Philadelphia 76ers fan, how do you not donate $25 to teamgleason.com
like I said, I'm going to
the Allen Iverson?
I'm going to the Hornets game tonight with Daryl Morey, so I mean, I'm going to just get Daryl Morey to buy that card. Like there's no way.
Okay, now this is actually kind of fun.
Okay.
Another White House card.
Okay, sure.
It's a 1 of 1.
Right, 1 of 1.
And
Yvonne
who is
Lendl.
It? No, it's Dick Vitale.
Oh, there we go. There we go. By the way, why is Dick Vitale holding a basketball? When did that happen?
He at one point was a coach.
He was a coach at Detroit. Many not at that age, not at the age that he was in the. Dick Vitale, by the way, an incredibly nice man.
That's what I've always heard.
No, he is incredibly nice man.
And our last card, my last card. Oh my God, it happened.
Wait.
I got one of the ones on the box.
Oh, here we go. This is so great.
It's that we literally said earlier, it's Dwight Eisenhower and Sugar Ray Leonard. Also a 1 of 1.
1 of 1. You got the only they put that on the cover because they knew how great it was. And you got it. You got the only one.
I got the only Dwight David Eisenhower Sugar Ray Leonard combo card. It's so funny. That was like when we were trying to explain what this was. I said, look, Dwight Eisenhower and Sugar Ray Leonard, and now here it is. I'm really honored. I feel like this is our reward for being so delighted by and committed to the concept of these cards.
You know that Eisenhower gave Sugar Ray his nickname. Because he's like, Sugar Ray Robinson is fine, but Sugar Ray Leonard is what really. And
Sugar Ray Leonard also gave Eisenhower the war plans for the Pacific Theater.
That's right. He was the one who That's right. He said, no, D-Day. Call it D-Day. All right. I am so excited to open these cards. And then I'm so excited to
the grand finale will be the St. Patrick's Day cards.
All right. First card is our president. It is a 2 of 8. And it is Jimmy Carter. Look at Jimmy Carter right there. Jimmy Carter, a baseball fan.
Yeah. Braves fan.
Big Braves fan. Yeah. Very, very much so. So that's very fun. All right, here we go. Okay. This is a card not of a president, but of the Declaration of Independence.
Okay.
So if you're going to put the Declaration of Independence out there, there's really only one athlete to put on as an autograph.
Let me guess.
This would be so great if you just guessed it.
Boog Powell.
No, but it could have been because it is Andre Dawson.
Oh, you know what? I was actually in the ballpark.
You were in the ballpark. Andre Dawson, by the way, in an Expos jersey. Very fun.
Hilarious to have a celebration of America and then choose an athlete who played in America and then go ahead and throw him in a Canadian baseball uniform.
On the Expos card. By the way, just as a separate note, what a nice autograph Andre Dawson had.
That is that is a smooth autograph.
It's a smooth player, smooth, classy player with a smooth and classy autograph. So that's very fun. All right. If I'm not mistaken, this one also might be on the cover. It is a 3 of 3.
Okay.
But is there not on the cover of the box a Mount Rushmore with Ozzie Smith on it? Is that not on the cover? I thought that might have been on the cover.
You know what? I think different covers might have different photos. Or maybe not.
Okay, maybe not. But still, what a great card. Ozzie Smith with Mount Rushmore.
By the way, Ozzie Smith, I have a number of signed Ozzie Smith cards, and look at that signature. I love his signature.
His signature is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Ozzie's the greatest. So, by the way, we have Cardinals fans listening. You're an Ozzie Smith fan. Just tell us, I love Ozzie Smith. You will get so much Ozzie Smith stuff, you won't even know what to do.
Yeah. You might also get a Sugar Ray Leonard, Dwight Eisenhower card just to throw in there.
Just to throw in there. You might get Ozzie Smith. We might put Ozzie Smith in a box.
We might pack up Ozzie Smith in bubble tape, ship him out to you.
Okay, and here is the last one. And it is incredibly weird.
Great.
It is incredibly weird. It is delightful. It is also of Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
It is a 1 of 4. And it is, do you want to guess? Do you want to try?
I'm going to guess it is. You're
not going to come close on this one, I don't think.
It is Yari Curry.
No, but that would be amazing if it was. It's Chevy Chase. Why is Chevy Chase?
Because he played Gerald Ford famously on SNL, would be my guess. He has a presidential.
Not on Mount Rushmore.
He's not on Mount Rushmore, but he played a president on TV.
Well, then why wouldn't you put him with Gerald Ford? That would have actually made sense.
It's a really good point.
But if you're a Chevy Chase fan, which I know many of you are,
or an SNL fan.
By the way, what a great photo of Chevy Chase just with his arms folded, kind of looking angry. It's just delightful. Oh, these cards are the best. They're the best.
We have come to the end, the finish line. We're about to burst through the finish line of our 2026 ALS fundraiser for Team Gleason. One more time, teamgleason.org/podcast. Give anything you can. You'll be entered in the raffle. You can write down your favorite teams and players, and we're going to pick 5 winners next week. And if you win, you will get a box full of all the stuff that you want and a bunch more stuff. Are you ready for our grand finale?
I am so excited about
the
this.
2026 Leaf Metal St. Patrick's Day set, which is basically exactly what this is, except it's St. Patrick's Day instead of President's Day.
Right.
And by the way, Leaf, if you're listening, do this for every holiday.
Every holiday, dude. We will
keep buying
nonstop.
The 2 of us will at least keep buying them. I can guarantee. All right, here we go.
I want the Passover cards so bad.
So there is no president in here. There's only 3 cards.
Oh, boo!
I mean, there's no like single card. I mean, it's
no, but I'm saying there's only 3 cards. That's
only 3
a boo.
Cards. But remember, we also have the Leaf.
Oh, we did get the proof pack. That's right.
Here we go. I mean, right off the bat,
we have a winner right away.
Well, but in a more this makes sense kind of a way, it's Celt Pride. It's Brian Scalabrine, the great Brian Scalabrine. Former Celtic and current color analyst for the Celtics in their local broadcasts. This is 1 of 2 Brian Scalabrine.
Do you think when Boston fans think of Celt Pride that Brian Scalabrine is like one of the first names to come up?
Yes. Because he calls the games, and
he does call the games,
and he's very good. And also, he's a very good analyst, in-game analyst, and he is a wonderful homer in the grand tradition of Boston homerism. He's an excellent homer, and he's a beloved figure in Boston. If you're a Celtics fan, you actually, no joke, want this.
You want that Celt Pride card? There you go. That's a beauty.
Card number 2. Now, okay, this is a St. Patrick's Day set.
Sure.
Obviously.
Yeah.
What are we celebrating here? We're celebrating Celtic culture, Irish culture, Scottish culture,
exactly,
British Isles culture, a lot of it.
Sure.
We're also celebrating things like symbolic things like good fortune, good luck,
good
shamrocks.
fortune, the 4-leaf clover.
Yes. We are also importantly celebrating Goldberg, the wrestler Goldberg.
Where is even the like half-hearted attempt to make that a St. Patrick's Day card?
On the front of it's the design. Obviously, it's got a good Celtic design there, wrap around the end, and
I guess.
And it says on the front of this card is an authentic autograph of Goldberg. That's it. That's all it says.
Well, listen. First of all, I mean, if you're named Goldberg, Irish is the first thing that comes to mind.
It's one of the least Irish last names you can have.
No, it is. That is. I just said I'm waiting for the Passover cards. That would have been a perfect Passover card. Right there.
Goldberg. Well, Goldberg. if you're a fan of wrestling,
well, if you're a fan of Goldberg specifically,
is this who I think it is? It is. Okay. Well, the final card, also a 1 of 2, in the Leaf Metal St. Patrick's Day set.
St. Patrick's Day set. Yes.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you 2.5 billion guesses, and see if you can guess who's on this last card.
Yeah. No. Listen. Once we went to Goldberg and like literally everything was on the table, that feels harder.
Oh, it's Spike Lee.
Spike Lee. Sure. I mean, sure. When that's actually it was that would have been my third guess. Probably.
Is this a Dadaist piece of performance art? You know what I mean? Is this like, did Marcel Duchamp come back from the grave and decide to just like try to like confuse? Is he like the world has gotten too predictable? We need to throw some we need to throw some uncertainty back into the culture.
What in the meetings that they had to determine like, okay, whose autographs are we going to get for this? Who are we going to do for this thing? In those meetings, like early on did somebody go, Spike Lee, obviously?
We need to do some research into this. We need to poke around because I think that it's like, there's a way that this kind of makes sense to me.
Okay.
Which is like, we're using holidays as just like excuses to kind of like release like a set of cards.
Sure, obviously.
And it's the holiday isn't necessarily the theme kind of, but some of the set is thematic and some of it isn't. And but there's like a thing of like, oh, we're just picking people that are interesting figures in the world, and we're just gonna get them to sign a bunch of cards. There's another way in which they just had deals to do they just put a bunch of people on retainer and said, we're gonna pay you X dollars to sign Y number of cards, and then are just like hodgepodging them together in a way that doesn't even attempt to make sense. You know what I mean? Which I think is maybe what's going on here.
I guess, but I mean, even though the way they coupled players and presidents and various other American,
iconography,
even though that was ridiculous, it's a constant throughout the entire set.
True,
right?
That's true.
Set, and this is just like
Spike Lee, Goldberg, and Brian Scalabrine. It's hard to find.
My feeling is the person who designed the cards was like going around and he was like, Spike Lee, we're doing Spike Lee, I guess. All right. So I don't know, some sort of Irish design or something. Goldberg, we're doing
Spike.
Felt pride though. Like as soon as he saw that, he was like super excited.
They did choose a picture of Spike where he's wearing a green jacket.
I guess that's really. That's a 1 of 2.
This is
Spike
a
Lee?
1 of 2. Goldberg is also a 1 of 2, and Brian Scalabrine is a 1 of 2. These are all
1 of 2. Wow. Yeah. All right. So now this is super exciting. The grand finale.
The Leaf Metal proof pack. It's sealed. You can see the seal is intact.
It is intact.
And we're gonna see what insane piece of cultural detritus lurks within. Here we go.
It could be anything. This could be anything.
Oh my goodness. I don't even. Okay. What we have here, it says multigraphies. So like autographs, like two autographs is the
two autographs, multi-autograph.
One of one so this is a pre-production proof. So this is like the thing that they made to serve as the basis for the card that will come later.
Okay, so this is not like the actual.
This is not the actual card. This is the pre-production proof. So this is like we're gonna make this and see how it looks, and if we like it, then we will use this design for this card.
Sure, but it is also autographed.
It is not.
Oh, it is not autographed.
No,
okay.
And it also is not It does not appear. It's not a St. Patrick's Day related item.
Okay,
it's just a Leaf card.
Sure.
Proof. And it is for two football players.
Okay.
Rodney Hill and Andrew Armstrong.
Brothers, really brothers. What is that?
Rodney Hill.
Yeah.
Are these college athletes? Am I forgetting the names of two NFL players, or are these college athletes? I don't know.
I don't.
All right, let's just hold, please. Rodney Hill.
Right.
It looks like he looks like he plays for Florida State.
Okay, Rodney Hill for Florida State.
Oh, no, wait, Arkansas.
Well, not Florida State now, Arkansas. Okay.
Rodney Hill is a rising senior at Arkansas.
Okay.
Who he was as a redshirt junior in 2025. He saw action in 11 games, appearing primarily on special teams.
So special teams player for Arkansas, Rodney Hill is
That's
one
right.
of the players. Okay.
He started he was rated number 2, the 235 prospect in 2022.
Sure.
25th best prospect in Georgia. As a freshman at Florida State.
Oh, he did start at Florida State.
He played in 4 games, rushed for 144 yards with 1 touchdown on 27 carries.
Okay.
Against Duquesne, he rushed for 55 yards and a score.
I remember that game.
So that he was a redshirt freshman in 2023. Then he transferred. He was a redshirt sophomore in 2024. Now he's a redshirt junior in 2025 and played primarily on special teams for the Florida State Seminoles.
Well, then Arkansas.
And then Arkansas, yeah.
Okay. And then who is the other person on this card?
Well, let's hold, please. Now, do you think he also plays for Arkansas, maybe?
For some reason, as soon as you said the name, I thought Detroit Lions for some reason, but I guess he's a college
Andrew Armstrong.
player.
An American professional football player for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, okay. Sure. Sure. I've watched the Chiefs every week. I have no idea who that is.
He did go to Arkansas.
Sure. Okay, so there you go. There's the combination.
For Texas A&M Commerce and then Arkansas.
Okay.
On May 9th, 2025, he signed with the Miami Dolphins as an undrafted free agent after going unselected in the draft.
Okay, so how did he end up on the Chiefs?
Then on December 1st, 2025, he signed with the Lions practice squad, but was released by the team a week later. On January 6th, 2026, he signed a reserve future contract with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, so he's like on the...
He is a practice squad player.
Practice squad, yeah.
However, and this is what's important.
Yep.
If you want a one-of-one production proof of Rodney Hill and Andrew Armstrong...
That is bizarre. That's just bizarre in a whole different way from which the rest of these other cards are bizarre.
Yeah, what a weird note to end on.
Yeah, that's just like so weird. That's just so.
I mean, obviously, like, you know, Leaf has hundreds of sets, and they have hundreds of.
And obviously,
cards.
They were like, "Hey, we'll do this Arkansas thing," and then it was like, "Oh, that didn't work out." I guess. I mean, is that the?
No, I mean, I that's a card. That card exists in some Leaf set somewhere, right? There's some. It's like Leaf college future stars of the NFL or whatever. There was some that card. This card was made. This is just the proof. This was the pre-production proof of the design that they made, then used it to like do the card. So you see there's nothing on the back either. It's just an empty back. But
that
like,
is just a weird card.
It's also extremely weird to throw it into the St. Patrick's Day set. Like, if you want to, like, you know what I mean? Like, St. Patrick's Day, the President's Day set makes sense. There's one card that's just a president, and then there's three insane fever dream cards featuring combinations of presidents and other people. But to throw this weird college football duo into the St. Patrick's Day set,
it makes no sense.
Is there? I don't say this lightly. Is there like a gas leak near the Leaf factory? Is there like a toxic gas bleeding in that is causing the people who work at Leaf to like slowly lose their minds? Do we need to bust in there in the hazmat suits
and save people? Is this like a Severance thing where like they don't even know? These cards come out, they don't even know they're the ones that are
being experimented on by shadowy government agents?
You know what would be unbelievable? And I think we would volunteer to do this. Like if you had various like people just volunteering, they should have a 24-hour number you could call to like ask questions.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry, you know, and some of them would just be as like, who's the president on this card?
Yeah,
and they would tell you.
Who is this? Yeah. And then there's just like, it's like the Butterball hotline when you're cooking turkeys. You can just call and say like, why did you put Allen Iverson in the front of the White House?
And then they would have an answer. Like they'd have a book and they would just read some answer. Like, well, Allen Iverson represents.
I think that the true answer is there's no rhyme or reason to it, and I think that's why I love it. It's just
it's the best.
It's just a beautiful random act of insanity.
But I truly want to believe that secretly there is some reason, not for public domain or anything, but like somewhere somebody is getting the biggest laugh in the world.
I don't know. I think I want to believe that it's like a great chef who's just like in a kitchen and without even knowing why is almost in a fugue state and is just reaching onto different shelves and grabbing ingredients and then throwing them together.
And you just end up with like masterpieces like Joe Montana and the Mount Rushmore.
Or like when you're doing the St. Patrick's Day set, you're like, who else can we throw in there? And someone says Goldberg.
Yeah.
And they're like, great.
Well, they're just like, you know who we should have in this set is Chevy Chase. We should just have Chevy Chase in there.
Yeah.
And apparently there's nobody there to say no. Like at this point, you want to talk about the inmates running the asylum. At this point, they're just like,
it's possible that there's only one employee at Leaf and it's like a Shining situation where that person has been alone in the Leaf building for like 7 years and has just gone completely nuts.
Or do you think there is a chance that there are some people that like they start with a huge wish list of people that they want to put in the set, and then people are like, no, and then they get a yes from Chevy Chase?
I don't know.
They're like, oh, maybe. Yeah.
I do want to say one more thing before we end this. We had been teasing for a long time that we're going to have a huge, very special guest.
That's right.
To open
that we would immediately say is not huge.
Is not huge at all. And that person was Brandon McCarthy. And we're trying to get him on because I bought a box of 2005, 2006 La Liga Spanish.
And I bought some soccer cards as well. Yeah.
So because Brandon was just completely flake and just couldn't get it together to come on this podcast with us, I did go ahead and open those La Liga cards from 2005, 2006, which was very fun. There was no Messi in it, but I did find some. If you're a soccer fan, I want you to also donate money and potentially get one of these cards. So here's Ronaldinho. They're on.
Oh, look at that!
Barcelona. Yeah,
look at that. Was anybody more fun to watch than Ronaldinho?
So fun
in his
like, prime.
Moment.
In his crazy scissor dribbling prime.
Yeah.
Here's Xavi. Also,
there you go.
Sure. That's like the height of Spanish football right there.
Oh, absolutely.
Here's Michael Owen on Real Madrid, my favorite player when I was first getting into soccer, as I read about.
Not at this point, not when he's on Real Madrid.
No, this is a couple of years past his truth. Here's Diego Forlan.
There you go.
Yeah,
excellent.
Here's Fernando Torres, legendary Spanish football player. Here's Ronaldo with a special card.
By the way, not a picture of him falling.
Here's Jordi Lopez. So and by the way, there's hundreds of other cards here. Most of them I don't know because I wasn't super familiar with La Liga in the year 2005. But if you are a soccer fan and you have any favorite players who were in La Liga in 2005, 2006, please let us know when you donate, and we will. Or there's also team cards. Like here's Mallorca team card and stuff, which is kind of cool.
That's fun.
Yeah, so let us know if you are a soccer fan, and if
I'll be sending along a bunch of cards. They're more recent than 2005 La Liga, but they're current players. But if there are players that you love, I will be sending these to Mike to include in the boxes. So
great.
Yeah, listen, you're going to get great stuff. If you win, we're going to announce our winners next week. You win one last time. It's Team Gleason. .org/podcast is where you can donate and donate anything, and then tell us what you like. All right, I'm going to do a real quick one last meaningless thing to end this meaningless thing. So I don't wear jewelry at all. I wear my wedding ring. That's the only piece of anything even resembling jewelry. However, I have started to wear a necklace, which I'm showing to the camera now. This is I guess a remake or a rebuild of the necklace that the kid gave Mookie Betts before the 2018 season, which obviously ended up being one of the greatest seasons individually and for a team that's ever happened. And I've been wearing it every day for luck. And I got to tell you, I feel a little luckier. This is Mookie somehow involved in it. I don't know exactly how. I saw there was you could go online. This is not an ad for them necessarily, but it is cool. And I walk around and people ask me about it all the time. They're like, oh, what are you wearing? And I tell them, and everybody thinks it's the coolest thing. So kudos to the folks that are making these Mookie Betts necklaces. They're very fun, and I won't wear any other jewelry, but I will wear my Mookie Betts necklace because Mookie, by the way, not going to lie to you, there's a chance Mookie is in our new book.
There's a decent chance that he's mentioned.
Decent chance there's going to be a little bit of Mookie in that book.
We at one point in the book, this is my one last meaningless thing. We write about going to Unrivaled down in Miami.
Yes, we do.
You are currently wearing your vinyl T-shirt.
I am wearing my vinyl shirt, which is my team.
You chose your team. I was a Lunar Owls guy.
Yep,
and remain so. But one of the things we talk about, there was the only really disappointing thing about the trip, which was great and which we really loved, was the merch. At the time, we went like very, very early, and the merch supply was limited. They were still working out the.
It was yes. Not only was it limited, but promises were made.
Promises were made.
There, yeah.
We're not going to get into it, but promises were made about future merch. The point is, merch really matters in certain aspects of fandom. Yeah. And so the hat I'm wearing is the City Connect Red Sox hat, the Green Monster City Connect Red Sox hat,
which is cool.
And it was shocking to me how much I loved those green Red Sox uniforms. Green is not a color that I ever thought I would enjoy seeing on the Red Sox.
Right.
But because of the monster, when they did it, I was like, oh, that's cool. I love that. And immediately was like, okay. And then in those unis last year, they had a number of like big wins, walk-off wins. Ceddanne Raphael had a walk-off homer, which was one of the best moments of the year. Roman Anthony had a walk-off hit. And so I was like, all right, birthday present for my son, I'm going to get him the City Connect Ceddanne jersey or the City Connect green Roman Anthony jersey.
Sure.
They have been out of that jersey for one solid year now. Like they cannot get it together. And I don't understand. I understand that like scarcity is like an aspect of capitalism, that you want to keep things limited edition. All of these cards that we have are numbered for no reason, as if like, oh my God, there's only 5 Rutherford B. Hayes cards. I need to get one of those. It doesn't always work. But in this case, this is a thing that is massively desired. Yes. And it's just a mass merchandising kind of a deal, right? There's just like, it's not like there's no value in this being rare or scarce.
No.
And they cannot get it together And there's like, you can at different times it's been like, oh, you can buy a Yoshida jersey in XXL. And it's like, well, that's not what I want, you know? And I don't know what is going on with the MLB team store supply chain issues, but like, it is just unconscionable and so stupid. Like, they're losing millions of dollars by just not having the correct ability to supply their team stores with the merchandise that people want. It just it blows my mind.
No, it's absolutely absurd. It's absurd. By the way, I'll just throw in a little bonus one last meaningless thing, because I just found this out while working on my next book, which is going to be a baseball book, that the original, if not, I don't know if it's the very, very first one, but an early Negro Leagues team in Cleveland was called the Cleveland Red Sox. There was an actual
really,
because you obviously know about the Memphis Red Sox, yeah. But there was actually a Cleveland Red Sox, and I got to tell you, if you give me some Cleveland Red Sox merch, oh, I'm buying that in a second.
Where's Bob Kendrick on this? Get Bob Kendrick on the horn.
We got to get Bob Kendrick on the horn and get some Cleveland Red Sox.
The Negro Leagues Museum's team shop is excellent and has a ton of great stuff.
But it's way
there's no small. If I'd seen some Cleveland Red Sox gear in there, I would have bought it.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's way too small. Not because it's like, it is not a limited store. It's got a lot of stuff. Only because it cannot possibly be big enough.
Yeah,
that store cannot be big enough. And that was the thing that we thought when we went to Unrivaled. And obviously, it was very early, and they're not really an in-person event as much as they are like a television event.
The in-person experience is very
amazing.
Fun, but it's
amazing. No, we had the best time. But they had a whole tent of merch, and we just kind of were like, I mean, look, we love you guys. You guys are doing an amazing job, but you've got to clean up this merch.
You've got to get some more Lunar Owls merch in here.
You've got to get some
more. In fact, whatever. You can read all about it in the book. Big Fan comes out May 19th.
Yes, it does. No, that's exactly right. All right, Mike. Well, we made it through another one. We'll do our baseball preview next week and announce our winners.
Right.
But for now, as always, thank you.
Thanks for having me.